Now, we're just talking about Labour meeting today in relation to their initial threats to embark on an industrial action if government does not do anything about the illegal mining menace. We do also know that there were some allegations that were made by the Bono regional chairman for the NPP, where he claimed that Labour was demanding money to stand down their sort of campaign, if I can call it so, or their demand for some action in relation to illegal mining. And they meeting today, what role would all these play in the meeting today, also bearing in mind that the National Security Minister has denied these claims that were made by the Bono Regional Chairman?
Well, yes. Good morning, Dedei, once again, and to your listeners and your producers, IB and Co. Well, what I can say is that it is abundantly and evidently clear that the government hasn't done anything about Galamsey since Ghanaians, we started again talking about this whole stop the illegal mining, campaign. And organized labor, joined us. I'm a member of the media coalition for, this stop.
Media coalition against Galamsey.
Against Galamsey, yes. And so we were happy to have the organized labor join this whole thing so that we would have government stop this illegality that has a potential of probably killing all of us and our generations if we are not careful. And so I think that the onus is now on organized labor because government hasn't done anything. And I would be surprised organized labor would not, start any strike by tomorrow. If they don't, then chances are that what the Abronye, the Bono regional NPP regional chairman said is right, because then those who are poor in our society are also amongst organized labor. Once you are not part of the political elites, and probably you are not into business, even businesses have shut down. And so our cost of living has gone up, standard of living has dropped. And so now you have a lot of, renal issues going to Kolebu and major referral hospitals. And everybody is quiet because those who are supposed to take action are the people who are benefiting directly and indirectly from this menace called illegal mining. And so I am expecting that by the close of day today, organized labor would have, called the bluff of government and put down their tools and told government in the face that, we are not going to work again until you declare a state of emergency. And so I am hopeful that they will do that, and I believe that your media house, Starr FM, goes far, and they should be listening. I hear they are starting their meeting around 9-something this morning or thereabouts. So I am hopeful that they will declare a strike today because nothing should stop them from declaring a strike. Because government, they've told us from several quarters that they are not going to do anything. If you saw the posture of the president at the recent GJA activity, you notice the president wasn't happy. The GJA president called him out. And let's celebrate the GJA president for being bold and calling out government for not stopping Galamsey. And so as far as I'm concerned, let's wait and see if organized labor, indeed they've been bribed. If they've been bribed, then we will see. They might not call the strike. If not, they should call a strike, because for me, look at the rest of us, we are powerless. You can't do much. But organized labor is large. Ghana Medical Association, the teachers, everybody. So that government would understand the fact that it is not all about winning the next elections. It's about protecting what our ancestors left us, which we must also leave for the incoming generation. But unfortunately, we seem to be eating everything, including the yet unborn children, which for me is terrible nowadays.
Now, you say that if Labour doesn't go ahead with their strike, it could probably insinuate that they probably have been bribed. But can that be the only conclusion? What if government is able to show Labour that there is a laid out plan to address this menace head on, and it will not necessarily require a ban? Or yes.
Well, now, Dedei, I'm sure all of you, I listen to your network. I'm an ardent listener of Starr FM. I listen to your network. It's like some of us listen to it like we pray. And so I know your observations about illegal mining, and the rest of you at the EIB network, Starr and the GH1 and the rest. All of us are joined together in trying to stop this campaign. You tell me whether you see the president and his lieutenants doing anything to stop Galamsey. When COVID started, we were in this country. COVID did not devastate this country. COVID didn't destroy this country. It destroyed other places. But COVID, I tell you what, COVID did not do much harm to this country. But didn't you see the deployment? You saw a massive deployment. You saw a massive policy change. We were in this country. We were here. We didn't go anywhere. We saw it. To the extent that some major cities had to, stay indoors for weeks. Okay? Can't we do the same thing? If the president and his lieutenants were minded to stop Galamsey when we started this round of agitations before the organized labor joined in, I'm sure even if you are going to go by the threat of organized labor alone, 90 days, I'm sure the president and his lieutenants, his cabinet, have had the opportunity to probably 1 month to take a decision to say, you know what, we are going to start another round of deployment to ensure that our water bodies, our forests, and the rest is stopped. The president has about 137 members of parliament who are emanating from his side of the House in Parliament. They can call for an emergency sitting. Recently, for them to pass certain waivers and loans and whatever, did they not call for an emergency sitting? The president could have called Parliament, asked his members of Parliament to put in, the notice of recall of Parliament, and once the Speaker is bound by their regulations to recall Parliament, they would then probably, take out the law, that evil law that allows people to go into our forest area to destroy the forest. And when you look at what the Emiratis are doing, the Emiratis are doing, yes, most of our gold is now heading not to Switzerland, because I'm sure the Swiss will not want blood on their hands. But I say if you want the Ponzi capital of the world is Dubai. For them, they don't frown on anything bad. And so people are just sending the gold there in and out. And so they've come to give us some coins, 30 million. And we are taking photos with them. And we end up spending millions that we are doing what? Reforestation. I mean, it's just like the fire service man who goes to touch people's homes when he knows that his fire tender has no water. He goes to touch your home. He arrives with the fire tender. There's no water. That is what we are. That is the kind of games we are playing. We are playing cha-cha with the country. And so you see the Emiratis are here with 30 million. What is 30 million? What is $30 million? And it's splashed everywhere in the news. 30 million. If the Emiratis are minded, we don't need that money. We don't need it. They should take it away. It's a shame. Because they know that blood gold, bloody gold is what the people are sending.
No, but Mr. Bona, are those not wild allegations?
It is not wild allegation. You know what?
Do you have evidence to prove them?
When the president, wait, now let me land. When the president banned, what do you call it, mining in this country. Around the same time, I'm speaking from facts. These are not wild allegations. I'm speaking from facts. Around the same time, Ghana exported one of its largest consignment of gold to the UAE. Tell me if it's not correct. Did you not read it? Around the same time, we exported the largest consignment of gold to the UAE when we had banned mining, all forms of mining in Ghana. Is the UAE government not aware of this? I'm calling them out. I'm calling them out. You can say, well, they are wild allegations, but these are facts. These are facts. You see, we are here. If you go to Dubai, it's a desert, but they are able to use that technology to tap water. If you sleep in a hotel in Dubai, they never run out of water. The electricity never goes off in Dubai. We are here. We have water bodies we have destroyed. Even the black voter has been destroyed. So my point is that it is me and you who probably cannot import water, who will not be able to fly to go for treatment from other places, who will suffer. And so we need to call all of these people out. Today is a D-Day for organized labor. And you know, strangely enough, these are not wild allegations. Strangely enough, 30 million has been showcased yesterday or so. And today, organized labor is saying that this is D-Day. So let's see whether organized labor is going to sit up and ensure that, because they are the largest when it comes to trying to do some of these things. We have spoken and spoken and spoken and spoken. And you heard Dr. Efriye also, I hear he's a medical doctor, who actually told us that they won't stop, and I'm saying today, they won't stop it tomorrow.
In fact, I was coming to that, especially with his claim that the opposition has brought in foreign nationals to come and mine in the various rivers and pollute it and give the government a bad name. You are a security analyst. Is such a thing? Is your intel pointing to such a thing?
Nowadays, you know, let me tell you something. Who appoints the CDS? Who appoints the IGP? Who actually nominates the CJ? Who nominates people to be, confirmed to, be part of the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, and then the High Court and the rest? The president under our Constitution, you can equate that to a dictator. He has so much power. The president can decide to say we should all go to bed like he did some time ago, and we will go to bed. No one will cough. If indeed people have been brought in, I'm not aware of it, but if people have been brought in nowadays, we should arrest the people and prosecute them. We have stringent mining laws in Ghana. Stringent mining laws in Ghana. We voted in unison for one executive president and voted members of parliament. We have the judiciary. These are the three organs of government. And the president is the number one person, human being, here in Ghana. So, to that excuse that somebody or some NBC has brought some foreigners, that is just a lame excuse. Arrest the people. Let them do their confession. Prosecute them so that these people will leave our water bodies. Because mine is that wound to me, Akunta mines. Mining in our forest belt. Didn't the president say they are no longer mining there? Has Wontumi been prosecuted? No. Okay? Didn't Jim Fuer's mining equipment got bent? They were bent. We know of, and Hajia Alima actually told us some time ago, that BCs in this country in mining areas, almost all of them are into mining. Were we not here when the Western Regional Minister and his cohorts actually told us that Operation Galamsop and the rest has been stopped? Did we have an official statement from Jubilee House that it is not true? Till today, Have we had an official statement distancing government from that assertion that was made? That MP, that parliamentary candidate, who actually said they should be the military men. No wonder. I call that the military on your network and other networks. That they should be bold and stop being politically correct, saying that Ghanaians should stop threatening the military when you know there is someone who did it and you know the person's name. So you see, everybody seems to be afraid when it comes to this illicit, galamsey thing. So mine is that now anyone who, if you, the maxim, he who alleges must prove. If you are alleging that somebody has done A, B, C, D, arrest them, prosecute them. The most, you see, let's not sing around this whole thing. Ghanaians, we want galamsey stopped. We want galamsey stopped. Today, I used to have water flow through my tap at least 2-3 times a week. Today, to get it even once, it's a difficulty. And when you get it, you are not sure whether this water is fit for purpose, can be used to cook. But literally, we are all buying, either bottled water of a sort, or you are, filtering and, treating the water that is coming through to use it for other purposes. But how many people can do that? So the generality of Ghanaians, I will tell you that we don't want the galamsey, but unfortunately, we don't have the power to do that. And we are just watching, and they are destroying the forest, destroying everything, and we are quiet. And so going back, let me reiterate and emphasize that organized labor has opportunity. They have they are listening to me, they have the opportunity. They've been called out. National security. How many things do you hear national security come out to deny? But national security was quick to come and say, oh, no. The moment you begin to hear denials, go behind, lift the veil. There could be something there. And so mine is that let's take it that it is not true. But we will get to know whether it is true by the close of day today or it is not true, because mine is, Abronye, are you aware that these people sit sometimes at cabinet? They sit in cabinet. Regional chairmen, they sit in cabinet meetings usually. They sit there, they are called, they join meetings at that level sometimes. They are called for important meetings. So I would take Abronye's word. If you ask me, his allegations.
Really, you would take his word. Now, considering that, usually when there is a cause to fight, there are people who will throw in spanners into the people's works in order to divert attention from the substance, or to sort of dent the credibility of whichever organization seems to be loudest in the campaign. So why would you take Abronye's word over that of, for instance, organized labor, or the denial that has come in from the National Security Ministry?
You see, Dedei, if you tell me, if I tell you, let's say I'm coming to EIB, and I'm supposed to be there this morning, and allegations such as in the night before this morning come in, floods the airways that Adam Bonner has been given some bribe. Therefore, chances are that he will not appear at EIB. If I indeed know that I have not been bribed, this is just logical reasoning. This is just logic. If I indeed know that I have not been bribed, I would come to EIB and say, well, it means I took the bribe, but I'm here. It means I took the bribe, but I'm here. Or it means I didn't take the bribe. There are two things, logically. You either took the bribe and so you were there, you didn't take the bribe, you were there, or you took the bribe, but because of the allegation, you still went ahead and you appeared, and you still went ahead. Whatever you plan doing, you've done it. So basically, what I am saying is that Kandapa and the rest, they are my friends. But what I'm saying is that Galamsey goes beyond them. If a 10-member committee could not stop Galamsey, what would a 5-member committee do to stop Galamsey? Tell me, a 10-member committee. Professor Frimpong Boateng chaired that committee. You saw his damning report. That's what has been done to the report. And every day, people, as we are speaking, we've been talking for the last few minutes. People the champagnes are still there. The champagnes are still there. And I am saying, I'll use this, your network to also appeal to His, Majesty the Asante Hene to call the bluff of that MP, Dr. Friye also. Because for him to say people can come, those who want to demonstrate cannot come to Kumasi, and he knows the laudable work Asante Hene has put in, His Majesty has put in, detooling some of his chiefs. And for him to go and stand in Kumasi or wherever he stood and say that if you want to fight Galamsey, come to Kumasi, then you'll be steady. I mean, it's almost like saying that he didn't recognize the efforts His Majesty Asante Hene is putting in the fight against Galamsey, which is sad now, Dedei.
All right. Dr. Bona, thank you very much for your time. We're grateful that you were able to speak to us.
Thank you, too.
You had to speak to security analyst Dr. Adam Bonai. This is still the morning Star here on Star 103.5 FM.